Phoveus will win against the Glue, and then the Glue will be like, what am I supposed to do in this game?
That would be a revelation though. I want to see that. Game 1 kick off right now. We got Aurora on the blue side. We got Bigatron Alpha on red. Let's see the jungle path in. It is going to be completely inverse. Both jungle starting at purple first.
Yep. So right now again, like I said as a joke, but also they might have a way to deal with the glue, because they should understand that this glue is an option that Bigatron Alpha can use. So I feel like this is not them lacking. It's just that they understand the possibilities of what could be picked, and they're just ready for it. Right now, Renegade going up against Pamela. Looks like they're just making sure that the game doesn't speed up all that much. Pamela, he doesn't really have a choice. Going up against Renegade on this Khalid, he can force a lot of damage onto anyone for this mid trio. Might as well be Pamela here. So right now, Bigatron Alpha, they're just making sure that the Hayabusa gets free farm. Hayabusa can do a lot in the early game, but I don't know. I don't know if he can catch Yue. That's the biggest thing. I feel like he can impact the mid lane, but Yue plays mid very, very safely. I think it's gonna be hard to gank him.
Even for Luke, his approach with the glue, usually you would go for the flicker, right? For that snap engage. But Luke is going sprint this game. Talk about trying to catch up to people. Not just that, right? You can easily run away, I guess. Don't remember the last time I saw a sprint on glue, but it's definitely going to be quite a challenge to get away from an already sticky hero.
Usually people use the glue to really be harassing a lot in lane. Speaking of which, Renegade is taking quite a bit of damage, having to use the flicker to get out of that sticky situation. But yeah, usually you pick up the sprint to basically spam your first and second skill just to chase after people. It's not the best for the surprise engages, but it's definitely usable if you just want to go for 1v1 trades.
Let's jump onto Pamela, be terrified, gone on. Renegade and Edward onto Pamela. Pamela able to get away. Meanwhile, it's gonna be the Shadow use Super Can in and out. Red trees the turtle. Tries to get away, but no Shadow kill means first blood for Aurora.
Yeah, I'm not so sure if it's worth it. Especially it looks like Luke is going to get taken down as well. So trading 2 for a turtle, I would say it's definitely not worth it. If you just lose one member, it's kind of okay. But you don't want to lose your jungler, especially because Hayabusa is definitely item dependent. Overall, Aurora, it's a small lead, but it's a lead that I believe Bigatron Alpha can really feel in this game.
And even lost your glue 2 topside. Emman was in a 1v1 against Domain, but ends up coming out on top, right? Even in terms of experience. So, I mean, for Bigatron Alpha, it's still manageable. Aurora not really breaking too far ahead just yet, at least not with such an early engage. But we are seeing the power of Aurora. Plenty of damage and crowd control, but also their decision making in these small skirmishes, right? Being able to focus fire down key targets.
By the way, just to remind you, if Luke doesn't have a good game, we're not allowed to talk about hero interactions anymore.
Okay.
We'll just be like, okay, it's this versus that. No, things could happen. Anyways, right now, Pamela so far hasn't been super aggressive. As I say that, he goes for a kick onto Renegade. And it looks like Renegade is gonna get taken down. Superkin gets the kill. Okay, I guess we can't talk about them being aggressive or fast. I'm learning. Don't talk. That's the lesson of the day.
They say every tournament has its own taboo, and apparently SPS so far is just anything. Anything's a taboo.
Gonna make our jobs a little bit difficult. That one's for sure. Turtle's gonna spawn very, very soon. Pamela doesn't have his way of the dragon yet. Looks like he's able to get out of there, and he has provided vision. He saw that Aurora has 3 members there already positioned for this sort of fight. But looks like Luke is the first to rotate over to mid. Edward's gonna come back a little bit later. But looks like this is gonna be a big fight here, Husky, for the turtle.
Bigatron Alpha having essentially the full team around. You can say the same for Aurora. White Emma, he's trying to push Domain away. Renegade needs a chip damage. Luke turns on to him. He's going to be ready sandstorm to the back. Pamela getting terrified. Could not get a kickoff, so he is gone. Luke also explodes. And unfortunately for Moreno, he will have to flicker out of the way. Aurora wins with 2 kills.
Yeah, and I would say the engage is crazy, and I believe Yue, like, I think a big burst of damage on Delu is actually coming from Yue. Now Edward is just zoning him and as well as Super Ken off. Domeng is able to get that turret, and this is not looking good for Bigatron Alpha, because honestly, looking at the draft, in terms of scale, I kind of feel like Aurora scales just a little bit better compared to Bigatron. I could be wrong, because, you know, we've been wrong the entire day.
Aurora starting to build a bit of a lead too. I do wonder where this glue kind of fits into the equation right now. Both times, Aurora have been able to turn on Luke, where it really felt like that shouldn't be the case, where you know your glue survives a lot longer. But losing that top tier 1 is also going to make Emma's life slightly harder. Losing that bit of space that he wants to farm with. It feels so unsafe. Aurora switching the attention to the bot side, and that is going to spill over to Super Ken too, who wants to be able to farm.
Yeah, looking at the gold difference here, if you're looking at the EXP, it's actually quite a big difference. 700 gold. Yeah, that's a pretty big difference here. And Pamela is looking for an opportunity to get a kick, but really no kick is to be found. Super Ken goes in, maybe able to clear the minion, but oh, Pamela actually goes in.
Finds the kick into a Terrify. And that is going to be Domeng and Renegade both taken down. But Luke does trade his life for it. Bigatron finds a positive trade, and
oh,
he's
no!
gonna be equalized instantly. Good re-engage. Super Ken falls.
Right now, Demon Kite is using this CEO very well, able to wait for the engage, just waiting for his cooldown so that he can actually stun someone up and then follow up with the damage. He's playing this very patiently, using Renegade very well, where just letting Renegade take the brunt of the damage and then goes back in. Something that Aurora is doing quite well is really forcing their front lines to absorb most of the abilities coming in from Bigatron Alpha, and then afterwards leaving Demon Kite very free, leaving Yue very free. Maybe Bigatron Alpha, they need to start seeing this this situation unfold and be a little bit more careful whenever you see Renegade as well as Edward.
And then a knock up on Pamela. No kick this time. Renegade tries to look for Radiant Sandstorm only onto Pamela, so Edward will be forced away by Luke as they take care of Renegade and Demon Kite. Bigatron Alpha this time finds a way better engaged Luke. Finally, in a more durable state, will survive. Bigatron Alpha finds the first positive trade of this game. Looking for the mid-tier 1. Want to force him away. Domeng will get the Purify out demon from Emman. So Bigatron Alpha is able to get the turtle, and also I think the orange buff is going to go over to Super Ken.
One of the biggest difference in that fight compared to the fights before was that Pamela hold on to the weight of dragon, because we saw that Demon Kite went in after seeing the Eternal Guard going down. He felt like all of the crowd control abilities have been used, so he feels a bit safer to engage. But then Pamela just goes in, use the weight of dragon onto Demon Kite, and after Demon Kite gets taken down, that's the goal for Bigatron Alpha, to continue on to the fight.
So, complete equalized state. They're gonna turn it around, extend the lead. Renegade misses the ultimate. He's gonna get terrified, and he is gone. A 1-for-1 trade that quickly goes in the favor of BTR. Edward and Renegade fall again.
Yeah, Super Ken now is getting a bit of a groove here, especially after he secures his Blade of Despair. Gonna deal quite a lot of damage, especially if he's able to isolate anyone. So this is very good for Bigatron Alpha. Getting 2 good pickoffs has really generated a lot of momentum for them.
Yue steals the split just to get away. But we are also seeing the damage potential of Emman. Actually hits like a truck. Super Ken was trying to find an assassination, couldn't find it. Next objective, which is the Lord, coming up on the top side of the map. Bigatron Alpha, they're gonna have a bit of control of the game, but once more, it is pretty even in terms of net worth.
Something to take note. Throughout the fight so far, it's always Bigatron Alpha initiating. So far, Aurora, they had one engage-ish. They have an engage-ish where Renegade as well as Edward is poking the front line, but then Bigatron Alpha collapses onto them. Not saying good or bad, it's just an observation here where Bigatron Alpha and Aurora, Bigatron Alpha is the one that is more often initiating the fight, and Aurora is the one being forced to respond.
It does feel like it. We've seen plenty of Attempted counter engages from Renegade, and of course it's not the easiest skill to land, right? We have flickers, with purifies and dashes from Bigatron Alpha. But this lore is going to be crucial. I mean, you have a neutral bottom wave, so the teams aren't too worried about it so far, which is why Super Ken wants to force potential reaction. In fact, he's planning himself on the bottom side to get there with the push in once it crashes. No, actually decides against it. So it is still going to be neutral.
Right now, this is actually very good for Bigatron Alpha for two things. Number one, Hayabusa can play the side lane so well because Hayabusa as well as Suyo likes the Lord Dance. Hayabusa doesn't really. Oh, Conceal being used. Renegade hit no one.
Just get a flicker out of Moreno, and that's pretty much it. Gotta be very careful to walk into all these pokes of BTR. Super Ken has already set up a slow push on the bottom wave. The turret is down. As much as Aurora wants this dance, it feels like eventually you would just have to stop playing into BTR's hands, right? This side wave, they're not going to clear themselves, and Aurora don't really have the best tool for it.
The thing that makes this decision difficult as well is if Aurora commits and they don't get Aemon. Aemon has the Holy Crystal. Aemon has the potential to get an immediate triple kill, and then once the triple kill has been done, it's going to be very easy for Bigatron Alpha to finish off the fight. So Aurora is playing a losing match here.
Dangerous territory. Luke is so dangerously low. Domain from the back. They see him. Renegade trying to just hold on, but he's going to get blasted by Emman, who is there in the middle of three people. Purify out. Able to dash to safety. Yue wants to finish him off. Finds Terrify Emman. Still dashes away. A kick from Pamela. Emman ends up getting assassinated anyways, despite the best efforts of BTR. And Aurora finds the fight that they have been looking for. 4 kills for them. Luke, the only one left alive. Edward jumps on top of him. Demon Kai shows up and just slices him in half. Wipe out for Aurora.
It's unfortunate that most of the team fight happened behind the banner. We couldn't really see what's going on, but overall, Bigatron Alpha was able to get the Lord, but at what cost? Because Aurora won the team fight. I really believe that everything that we say is just gonna go in reverse. So you know what?
Great working with you.
I'm at a loss for words here. I don't dare use my words.
Honestly, I feel like this only happens when we get paired up. I personally haven't experienced a curse as potent as this.
Are you saying that I should apologize?
No. I'm just saying that it just so happens that when we're together, you know.
Yeah, we have a different kind of chemistry. I'm not saying it's good chemistry, but we have chemistry.
I was looking for the word. You know, Magic Chess. You know the synergy. Yeah, this is the synergy. It's called curse.
Like Abyss.
Yes.
Okay. We're playing like that. There's a lot of engulf damage, but now it looks like Pamela is scouting as well. Right now, Bigatron Alpha, they're trying to play both sides of the map. Jay finds Iman. I really have to see a replay to see what really happened, but I believe what Aurora did was just kite out of Iman's Zaman force, and then once it times out, then they start engaging. So that's gonna be something that Bigatron Alpha has to keep in mind. That Aurora, they don't wholeheartedly just engage. They're completely willing to have a false engage and then kite away from all these big abilities and then go in again. So it's something that Aemon has to keep in mind. Just because he's using the Zaman Force doesn't mean that Aurora will stick and fight it out.
Not just that, but also how, you know, Aurora has some pretty nasty gap closes, right? Like Domain, Yue, Demon Kite. The Terrify from Yue has been so lethal for Bigatron Alpha to deal with. Right? Suddenly you lose control of your hero thanks to the Shadow Strikes. Now Aurora's gonna pivot towards the bottom side. You gotta deal with the wave first. That's one. Open the map. Most importantly, that's where the next Lord is going to spawn.
Looking at the situation here, 10 seconds before the Lord spawns, Perken now has the Malefic Roar. So Renegade as well as Edward will be will be in trouble if they actually get caught by Super Ken. Looks like Bigatron Alpha does have priority over this Lord. They're gonna pull the Lord over to their side. But again, Aurora looks like with this kind of lineup, they can charge on through because, like you said, Husky, they have a lot of gap closers. So this, like, no matter the situation, it does look like Bigatron Alpha they have to always be aware of a sudden engage.
Comes to Pamela. You can get any sort of an engage. See Demon Kite. This target is going to go for a good cancel by Edward. That could have been the undoing of Demon Kite. In fact, Luke would be forced away too. Aurora doing some very good housekeeping, making sure that Bigatron Alpha doesn't get much of a chance to engage. They do lose the top tier 2 thanks to a stacked up minion wave, and that is still going. But Aurora committed to this play. Red J with the conceal looks for Luke first. They're all split apart because the Eternal got stolen by Yue. Pamela in the pit, trying to fish for any opportunity, just cannot find any. Domain now shows up. Liquor kick, unfortunately, wrong direction. Domain will be able to survive. Aurora gets the Lord. Super Ken in the back line, trying to fight for any kill. They're all so low.
No!
Super Ken finds no one. And Demon Kai once more prevails.
That's a feel bad, not just for Hayabusa, but for any assassins. Like, that's a situation where in your mind, this looks like a maniac. I just need to hit one of you. I hit one, and I'll get some kind of momentum, and I can do it again and again and again and again. But Aurora, so elusive, able to dodge away from the Hayabusa so well. That's a feels bad. Like, that's one of those situations that can go incredibly great or incredibly awful. And it's unfortunate that one was incredibly awful.
Oh, it's unfortunate to say the least. 4 low health members on the side of Aurora, and none of them were collected. So Aurora taking advantage of the Lord. Just had to bust down that first inhibitor mid lane. Bottom lane now under siege as well. Luke is about to explode. Forced to use the split. The Bigatron Alpha mounts the base defense for now. Aurora finding a decent chunk of a goal lead. 6,000. Doesn't seem like they are stopping though. It might just all come down to Emman to try and keep Bigatron Alpha afloat in this late game phase.
And Aurora is pressuring this inhibitor as well. Looks like Moreno flickered for that, but it doesn't look like he hit anyone. Moreno J gets 4, and now the engage goes in. Moreno is very, very low, but looks like Amon is the first to fall. But looks like Moreno is gonna get taken down by Yue. Demon Kai secures a double kill. And Super Ken is trying his best, but looks like he's gonna get taken down as well. Only Pamela survives the engage from Aurora.
And Red J with heroics. He's been really struggling to hit big Raging Sandstorms because Bigatron Alpha kept dodging it the whole game, but that one was the only one that really mattered. Aurora takes game 1 over BTR.
Something that I have to say is that we have to watch this game and how did Aurora keep splitting up the team fight, because every single time it doesn't look like Bigatron Alpha has a very clean way. Like